Hi guys, welcome back to another Sims 4 building tutorial. This is the in-the-wall aquarium or inlaid aquarium that I have here in one of my builds. I've used this in multiple builds before and I've constantly been getting requests to do a tutorial for this. So I hope I don't disappoint and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Okay, so before we get started with the tutorial, I do want to note that you have to have at least one of the two packs that I'm about to mention. If you want to build an in-wall aquarium with the aquariums on the left side right here, you are going to be needing the Spa Day game pack. But if you want to be using the larger aquarium here on the right side, you will need the Dine Out game pack. So you will need at least one of those two to be able to do this tutorial. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to show you guys how I did the Blue Shores Beach House aquarium. All aquariums are 2x1 squares. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a 2x1 room around the aquarium here. So as you can already tell, compared to the other aquariums, the one that is encased within the walls looks a lot darker. And even though you can add windows and peek into the aquarium, it's probably going to stay that way. So if you want to like brighten it up a bit, which is what I did, I like to add a ceiling light. So here I'm just using a base game ceiling light. This is the subtle saucer light. I'm going to add this to the room, and as you can tell, it already makes such a big difference by adding it to the room. What I like to do personally is I like to add 2 saucers. So I'll add one here, and that adds just enough light to make it look really pretty on the inside. If the size of the saucers bothers you like it does me, I like to size them down. And if you'd like to know how, all you have to do, click the light, and for me, I'm a Mac user, so to size down items, it is the left bracket, which I will show you on screen what it looks like. And you're just going to click that until it sizes down to where you can't size it anymore. So I'm going to do that to both sides just so it's a little bit less obvious and a little bit less bothersome, because I don't like looking at that when I'm playing my game. Otherwise, you could leave the size just how it is, whatever is your preference. So now that the aquarium is nice and bright on the inside, I can go ahead and put the walls back up. So as you can see here, there's drywall on the inside and the outside. And just like its sister aquarium on this side, this aquarium has 4 clear sides. What that means is if you have only one window on one side or even 2 windows on both sides, you're probably still going to be able to see the drywall on the left and the right side of the aquarium unless you have windows all around. So what I'm going to do is apply wallpaper on the inside and on the outside. That way when you place a window, you can still see into the aquarium. So here, what we're going to do, I'm going to filter it to just the base game for those that don't have a lot of packs, or maybe you just want to use the base game. And then you're going to go into the window selection. I would personally stay away from windows with these little accents on the inside, because when you do place it against the wall, you can barely see inside of them, so it kind of just looks like a regular window. So what I would do here is select a window that sits flush with the aquarium. Personally, this one right here is my personal favorite. It's the modern awning. You're going to go ahead and put this on the wall, and as you can see, it kind of gives a general view of the size the aquarium is supposed to be, but it doesn't sit flush against the wall. So how to combat this is if you are a Mac user, you're going to hold down the Option key, and if you are a PC user, you're going to hold down the Alt key. What this does is it activates the slider, so it's a lot smoother of a glide, and you can actually pick a precise point where you'd like the window to stop. So for me personally, I like to stop the window where you can kind of still see the bottom of the fish tank. That's because fish are usually hovering around there. It looks the most realistic, and that's pretty much what fish tanks look like. So I'm going to leave my window right there. And then I'll also do it onto the other side for those of you that want to do it identically to how I had it in my Blue Shore Beach House build. I had the windows on both sides because I had one peeking into the kitchen while I had one peeking into a bedroom. So this is kind of, I guess, what you consider the non-cheat way to do it. You could just leave it like this. As you can tell, like, it looks pretty nice by itself already. And since we did put the wallpaper on the inside of the fish tank as well, it still looks nice and classy. Doesn't look like there's drywall. It's nice and continuous. But if you want to take it a step further and see into the fish tank clearly, what you're going to want to do is activate your Move Objects on cheat. So to do this, if you've never done it before, is you're going to hold Control, Shift, and C key on your keyboard. That will activate your cheat window up here in the top left corner. So it should be bb.moveObjects space on, and you're going to hit your enter, and it's going to show you right here, your Move Objects cheat is activated. So now I'm just going to hit the escape key while I'm in the cheat window to just make it go away. And now what you're going to want to do is size down the window. To size windows or objects up or down, you're basically going to hit the left bracket or right bracket on your keyboard. You don't have to hold anything, you just have to tap the brackets. So in this case, now that your Move Objects on cheat is activated, go ahead, select that window, and you're just going to hit the bracket until it goes away. So you're going to size it down until the window disappears. I believe for this window, you only have to hit it twice, so there's 1, 2, and it's gone. So as you can see, there's a completely clear window here in the wall. And what I'm going to do is hold my Option key. Again, if you're a PC user, it's the Alt key, to slide this clear window up and down until you get your desired look. So there we go. Once you find your desired look, you can just click it to hold it in place, and then do the same to the other side. This looks quite nice by itself. So you can just leave it like this if you want a more clean look, or you can get creative with it. So what I did for my Blue Shore Beach House build was just to make it look a little bit fancier. I went into my surfaces and picked a base game shelf here. And what I did is I just kind of adjusted it to where it kind of created this cute little bar area. So I believe I had shelves down here, and then I had a nectar rack above it. So I'm just going to look up nectar and grab that rack. This one is a dine out item. Yep. And then I just sized it down a little bit, and then I just adjusted it to kind of look like the aquarium was a little bar area. So you can get as creative with this as you want. It looks super, super cute when you get creative with it, or if you just decide to leave it by itself. So here's where I have this little bar area, but I believe in the bedroom that I had it on the other side, I ended up putting a desk there. So I think it was like the child's or teen's room. So I put a little like study area there. That way they could just peek into it while they're actually, you know, doing homework and stuff. So that was a nice little touch. So next we're going to use this one. This one I have not incorporated into any of my builds so far, but I'll just show you how you can apply this to all the aquariums using the 2 packs. Same thing, we're just going to build a 2x1 wall around the aquarium. Same technique here again. Put those little lights on the inside just to brighten it up a little bit. Now I'm just going to pick a cute little wallpaper. There we have it. I'm just going to pick a window that is relatively about the size of that fish tank. Let's try this one right here. This one is called the Mega Window Double Budget Delight. This looks like it's perfect, so I'm just going to size that down. Looks like this one you have to hit the bracket 3 times, and then hold the Option key, and then you're able to slide up and down. This one's a perfect fit, and there you go. So that's how you get it for that specific fish tank. And like I said, if you don't apply the wallpaper to the inside of the walls as well, you do get those drywall spots peeking out from the fish tank. So you can either use the same wallpaper on the inside, or you can get creative with it. You can also use, for instance, this is from the Seasons pack, Craftsman Stonewall. It looks super cute on the inside. It kind of looks like it's its own little habitat. And lastly, we're going to do 2 variations of this fish tank here. What you can do is I'm going to create 2 different rooms with the same fish tank to show you 2 different variations of how you can use this. So I've just really quickly added both fish tanks to 2 different rooms. I did 2 different styles to differentiate between the 2, but I did the same rules that I did for the first 2 fish tanks. I added lights here to make it a little bit brighter on the inside, and then I added wallpaper on the inside and the outside to make it look more cohesive. Whether or not you want to have the windows on both sides or one side, it'll look nice either way. So now that I have 2 rooms, same thing, just go ahead, go into the window selection. Again, I'm just going to use a base game. Okay, so this window right here looks like it's perfect. This is the tri-pane 3-panel window. And just adjust it to the height of the fish tank and then hit those brackets until it disappears. This one disappears quite nicely. And then what you can do is hold that Option key to slide it up and down. So sometimes you're going to realize that it kind of disappears here. If it does do that on you, what I like to do is just select the window again. Here it won't disappear, so just don't move your mouse and then hit the bracket key, and it should disappear quite nicely. So we'll go ahead and leave that there. Click it when you're done, And there you go, you have another in-wall fish tank that looks nice and pretty and ready for your Sims enjoyment. So now I'm going to show you the second variation of this fish tank here. For that build specifically, I think I had like a little bar area or dining area here. So what we're going to do is, if you are going to have this specific fish tank raised to a height of your liking, I would put the item that you intend to put there first. That way you know how high to raise it. For instance, maybe you want to put a desk there or a dresser there. In this case, I will just do what I did for that specific build. So what I did is I had a kitchen bar there. So I believe this is kind of similar to what I did last time. What I did was I just had this cute little bar area here with cute little chairs so they peek into the fish tank. But as you can see, the fish tank sits here low on the floor, but we need the bar area fish tank to be up here so you can peek into it. So what I have to do now is just raise this fish tank from here to where it is flush with the bar area. How to do that is your move objects on cheat must be enabled. You're going to click the fish tank and you're going to hold your control key. And I'm not sure if this is the same for Mac and PC users, but for Mac users it is the 9 key to raise items and the 0 key to lower items. When I figure out what the keys are for PC as well, I will have them listed if they are different. So here, what we're going to do now is we're going to raise our item. So like I said, hold your control key and the 9 key. This is not on the numerical pad, this is actually on the numbers on your actual keyboard that rest above your letter keys. Otherwise, I think it will cause a different thing to happen. So yeah, I'm just going to tap my 9 until it's pretty much visible within the dining area. You can even go a little bit higher or lower if you want. I guess this works well for me, so once it's at that height, I'm just going to click it and it'll stay there. So now the windows are back up, and all we have to do is select a window to place there. And since we already know that this tri-pane 3-panel window works great, I'm just going to position it to where the fish tank is. And same thing, I'm going to hit that left bracket till it disappears, hold my option key, slide it up and down until I get the look that I want, and go ahead and place the window. And now you have a beautiful fish tank window aquarium for a nice little bar area, dining area, whatever you would like to put there. Maybe you'd like to put a bed, a desk. It looks awesome. So for my builders that don't like to use cheats, a different variation that you can do for this that'll still look just as good is to just simply place the windows there. You won't need any cheats for it. You don't need to have the move objects on cheat like enabled to do this technique. You could just stick the window peering into the fish tank, use that option key to use a slider if you need to, and it looks just as good, if not better actually. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was easy to follow, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye!